Video 5. Health and Safety. Training. Training should be given to all employees before they start working. The training should be done for each individual according to their job description. This is called induction. Chemical operators must receive training on how to handle chemicals. Forklift drivers must be trained on how to operate a forklift. First aid training must be given to the employees who are responsible for first aid on the farm. This training should take place regularly and when needed. Health and safety representatives. Every company must have health and safety representatives and a health and safety committee. The representatives must be appointed by management. The responsibility of the health and safety representatives and committee will be to identify risks or dangers on the farm or packhouse. Employees should report to the health and safety representative or management if an accident happens that affects the employee's health or if they get injured while at work. Meetings regarding health and safety should also be held at least every 3 months. It is very important that employees take care of themselves and obey the health and safety rules and procedures at all times. Personal protective equipment. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is equipment and clothing that employees wear to protect themselves from danger in the workplace. This will be supplied by the business if it is essential for the job. No money will be taken from the employee's salary for protective clothing. Should the employee need extra protective clothing, it will not be free and the employee will have to pay for it. Remember that you cannot do your job if you don't wear the correct protection, such as goggles, gloves, and boots. Signage. All health and safety signs must be visible and the employees must understand what they mean. Employees should be trained to understand the signs regarding PPE in their workplace. Remember, red means do not, blue means must do, yellow means be aware, and green signs give information. Fire safety. Appointed employees who are responsible for fire safety in the workplace must receive fire safety training during induction. There should be enough firefighting equipment such as fire extinguishers or sand buckets to use in the event of a fire. First aid. The company should appoint enough first aiders. There must be one trained first aider for every 50 employees on site. They must be trained and have a valid first aid certificate. Enough first aid kits should also be available to all employees and regular inspections should be done on these first aid kits. Employees must be informed about accident and emergency procedures and must know who to go to when an accident happens. All accidents must be recorded, and it is important that you know who the first aiders are to help you when an accident happens. Medical testing. All employees who handle pesticides, work with loud noises, or with dangerous equipment must go for a medical test at least once a year. These tests must be done by an occupational health practitioner to make sure the employees are fit for their duty. It is important to tell the manager when you feel sick so that the proper medical arrangements can be made. Housing. If housing is provided, it must be sufficient, safe, and clean. It is the workers' responsibility to keep their houses neat and clean. In situations where dormitory-type accommodation is provided, there must be enough fire exits and firefighting equipment. Please remember that no cooking is allowed in rooms and that every person in the house must have at least 5 square meters per person. Should there be any damages such as broken windows or doors while the employee lives in the house, the employer has the right to deduct the money for fixing the doors and windows from the employee's salary. Toilets. The employer must see to it that there are enough toilets for men and women. It is, however, the employee's responsibility to keep the toilets clean at all times. Water. Employees must have access to clean drinking water at all times. Mobile tanks can be put in the field to supply water. Employees should not leave taps open or waste any water. Risk assessment. It is important to always report unsafe areas or buildings to the Health and Safety Manager of the Health and Safety Committee. Management must make sure that maintenance is done on vehicles and tools are kept in good working condition to prevent any accidents. Regular assessments must be done to cover everyone's health and safety in the business. Conclusion. Management is responsible for health and safety, but all workers are too. Make sure there is enough firefighting equipment. Wear the required PPE. Do not waste water. Keep all buildings and toilets clean. Know who the health and safety representatives are and communicate any possible danger to them immediately.